kill Hifumi.
Sakura's got normal size hands.
Well, that's because Sakura is huge. Somehow I have to find the truth. Oh, another one of these. Come on, launch from Sakura.
Spotless hammer. Oh yeah, that's right. The one that was off there.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Why are you doing this to us?
Was it justice?
That was the voice of Satan. I liked it a lot, actually.
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
Oh my god!
Someone check that.
I'm on it too. Murdergear.com/hammertime, right?
Okay, that's the one we're going to be hitting.
That's about it.
Murdergear.com/hammer time. Hifumi was still in the repository, right?
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Was it maybe justice? Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody?
No, that's a redirect to a big cartel store called Murder Gear that just sells kind of tacky zombie clothes.
One thing seems pretty clear.
Awesome. And like
murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
Guitar picks with zombies on them.
Okay. That's disappointing, but what can you do?
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
An injustice hammer.
It was a spotless hammer.
A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository.
You know, like well, technically, those justice hammers are also hammers from the repository that were made all fancy.
Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Okay. Yeah.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers.
Good job,
big ones, small ones,
not the dumbest,
and even some flat mallet-like ones.
Yeah.
I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
They kind of use these guys' heads as
if that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Yeah. I love that they use Discord, like, chat accents in the fucking...
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to
the
assume
stars?
someone
Oh
is
yeah,
doing
double
better
asterisk to bold something. Good
The
fucking
way the
Christ.
graduation
I love
rule
it.
works, there is no benefit to helping someone else.
This is a solid point.
Yeah, I don't quite get
So
why
the
these two
idea
killers.
that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Unless they're stupid.
Yes!
Unless they're dumb as a box of rocks!
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first. But what if he's fucking stupid?
Okay, alright. Interesting. What if, yeah. Can't assume
Based on the
everyone is
rules
smart.
that have been laid out for us,
Yeah, what do we say about making
more than one
assumptions in
person
this game?
complicit in the murder,
Honestly,
only
Aoi
the one
and
who actually
Hagakure
carried out the
prove
act
that we can't
can
expect
graduate and survive.
Yes.
Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Okay.
So I think it's
even
two
if more than one
murders.
person is complicit in the murder,
Shoot
only
two
the
murders
one
with
who
impossible.
actually carried out
Shoot
the
impossible
act
with two
can
murders. Or
graduate
the other
and
truth
survive. Assuming the rule
Uh,
holds true,
the spotless
it is
hammer.
simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was.
But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however,
So it must be two
there were
murders.
two murders.
Nope.
Other way around? No, yeah, two murders targeting impossible.
Based Based on the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one person, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is how the rule.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Her slowed down voice is pretty good.
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one person, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming
The rule holds true. It is simply
There we go.
no, it's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person
Yeah,
was
okay.
involved.
I get why that was the
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Unless they're dumb.
Versus reward
Yeah.
benefit?
Like Makoto.
The payoff
Yeah.
goes together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you.
Facts. That's capitalism.
However, if there
God.
was some potential mutual reward for the risk,
I mean, hey.
then cooperation becomes possible.
Murder.
You're saying that two people
Economics.
could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think
yeah,
that's
so
what
they
the true
both-
killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
Now do you feel bad that Taka got
They
murdered?
made him carry out
No.
the first murder so he couldn't
So
back
mad
out
at
of
you.
helping them later
I mean, I
on.
liked when his hair was bright and he yelled a
So
lot,
in this
but-
case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders.
Yeah.
Instead,
good.
each person killed someone,
gonna
creating
say something
two
against my boy,
separate
too.
incidents. And it only looked like one person.
Not really.
That's how the true killer designed it to look.
I'm being
Single
T-posing it.
suspicious
Yeah,
individual,
we're just ganging up on each
similar
other
weapon
again.
used in each
We're
crime.
T-posing. You guys are T-posing to assert your dominance. I am the
Creating
homeowner.
one seamless
You
set
are
of
the homeowner.
circumstances.
Don't T-pose at me.
One person was behind it all.
The mastermind
For the viewers at home,
target managed to
Colin
convince him to
and
go along with their
Futaba
plan.
Sakura are T-posing at Josie right
Then
now.
to avoid the no accomplices
crying.
rule, they simply
It works.
It does. We've asserted our dominance. It was easy. Oh my god, it's so uncomfortable. Yeah. I hate it. Do you feel dominating? Did we dom you? Maybe not the best way of putting it.
I mean, it's not the worst way someone has put something among the three of us today.
Yeah, Josie.
choice of accomplice seems
I'm being teamed up against.
The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. She's so smart, and
so
talented,
smart,
and
I love
hot,
her.
and assertive,
Hot
and hot, and dominant, and hot, and hot. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of
just a
connected
broken
events,
record, and
but
hot.
entirely separate incidents.
Hot.
Kyoko really is amazing and hot. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing and hot.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost unnatural how hot she is at this. I mean, good.
How hot she is at this is a good line.
But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Busting out the Spanish. The true killer manipulated Fumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him.
Murder.
In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit.
Fuck.
Well, who is it?
Manipulating Hifumi sounds like a Celeste thing, but... And she's been a little cagey about this. You're gonna pick the one that'll not result in us dying, right? Are you making your choice? I don't want it to be Celeste, but she's been kind of cagey and she has a history of manipulating Hifumi to do things. Okay, are you making your choice? I don't want to make the choice that's going to result in us losing the game. You gotta commit. There's no consequences. It'll literally just set us back to this choice. Oh, it will? Yes. Oh, okay. I think it's Celeste then. She manipulates Hifumi all the
Here's my
time.
answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
I want to point out that Futaba is looking at me very nervously right now.
a joke.
Man,
Uh-oh,
my
that
gamer
saying,
cred has been
then,
destroyed
is
in
that
this
I
episode
specifically
already.
chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brain fat, lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Hell yeah!
Pardon-moi.
Oh, fuck, I love that.
Just to be clear, there is
That's really
evidence to
good.
support it.
Is that so?
This is really good.
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain
Yeah.
behavior that was common only to the two of you.
I heard something.
Considering what we've learned so far, it
Oh,
only
we should go
further
over
proves
there.
that
Yes.
the two
Oh,
of
we
you
should
were
go over
working
there.
together.
Yeah.
When I
There was a
said
lot
that
of
in when I was saying that in retrospect, it was really obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's like
There is
they
a
were
lot of
cagey and weird.
yeah. There is a lot of just
The
Celeste
behavior
saying,
they had
go
in
here,
Yeah.
go
to
there.
do with the
yeah, it becomes
suspicious
very clear
individual
that
in
she's
the
directing everyone around
Yeah.
to meet timings.
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand
Yeah,
were
okay.
Celeste and Hifumi.
Okay, so I got Celeste
The
right. It
adults are
didn't...
talking now.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
No, Makoto! Stand up
Sorry,
for
Master.
yourself.
Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes
Okay,
on the costume
so you're just gonna shut me up for no fucking reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
that Hifumi was one of the
That's a power
culprits,
play.
we can't help
true.
but suspect what
I
Celeste
don't
has
want
said
that
as
ball
well.
of hair you made.
Are you saying
Thank you, though.
everything they told us was a lie?
Oh no,
Yeah,
this is too
after
much.
Taking
This is too
Hifumi
much
to the
for
nurse's
Courtney.
office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Let's flash back to it. She saw
Yeah,
a shadow. Something
They're all
moved
back and forth,
around
back and
at
forth.
the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Yep.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all
Ah.
come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Strange costumed man ran off.
Celeste, I wanted to love you. I still love you. You're my problematic
Once
thing.
she'd done her job of getting us
Hell
all
yeah.
up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
I love it.
One more time for the road,
I
Colin.
love that you're gonna do that every time. We're not
Yes.
voicing any of these, however.
Yeah, but you gotta voice the Ungia.
You gotta.
Or sorry, the Ungia!
Thank you. Thank you for that one.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Any
It was
excuse.
to get us to divide into two groups.
I will say, truly congrats
So
on
that we
guessing
would discover
Celeste before we
both
started
bodies at the same
flashbacks,
time?
too.
She was being a little sus, I thought.
In fact, Celeste was
She was
precisely
very
the
aggressive
one who
about it being
proposed that
one
we split
person.
up.
And-
Yeah, and then she goes quiet for a lot of the trial.
Yeah.
True.
She normally isn't.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Shit.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
Ah!
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the seat?
That's a weird way of saying it. Yeah, yeah.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have
Good
any
memory
doubt
on you,
in our
Makoto.
minds.
Yeah.
He does have a very good memory.
Good lord, bud.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Wowzers.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Oh, they went to the bathroom.
I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait, then that was...
Yeah.
She wasn't worried about you.
Aw,
She just saw a chance
sorry,
to help Hifumi
Hina.
sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself.
This is also why I
Putting them
suggested
together
blitzing
and
the end of
picture
Celeste's
gets very
social
ugly
link.
indeed.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
Bitch.
I have no idea what you mean.
Bitch.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Haha.
Oh, did I?
Oh my
I didn't
god,
even
Dom
catch it
fight.
myself
Dom
when you
fight.
first said
Dom
it.
fight.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Dom
Looking
fight.
back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Oh.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand.
She never saw Taka's body at that point.
Ah.
Sakura, Coco, and
God
I
damn it, this is
first
really
discovered
clever.
Taka's
Okay,
body
the
in
pieces
the
all
equipment
fit into place and now
Then
it's very
Makoto
fancy.
showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed.
Okay, yep.
So Sakura
Got
and
it.
I left with Makoto.
God damn it.
Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
Dom fight.
Dom
You shouldn't have any
fight.
problem
Dom
repeating.
fight. Dom fight.
Dom fight.
Spoiler, Byakuya always wins.
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Ugh, come on.
Really, guys?
You gotta.
You gotta.
They really make him go.
Yep, this is
We
clearly,
we are wrapping up.
pick it up.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
So strange.
Oh,
Yeah. God,
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight
So,
of us. They must
I'm gonna miss
we are all
Celeste's
going to,
voice.
we are going to die. And
Yeah.
that is
And that's all it takes to what was so strange about Celeste's comment.
fucks me up real.
So strange.
Fucks me up real good.
what was so strange?
It's mostly when it's like mid-sentence. It really fucks me
So
up good.
strange.
The fact that you revealed that to me gives me a lot of
they
powers
must
here.
really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Ah, got it.
No, that's wrong.
They led you really hard on this one, which
right.
makes it kind of frustrating
There's
that you
no
have to
reason
point it
Celeste should
out.
have said,
Yeah.
just like those guys died.
It's
When she
it's
said that,
more
none of us
satisfying to
discovered
read than
Taka
it is
was
to
dead.
play.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we didn't
Celeste,
run into
you done
her
fucked
until
up.
after we were all
Sorry.
in the hall.
Sorry, babe.
So there was never any chance for her to have
Celeste,
seen his
you
body in the equipment room
fucked
for
up.
herself.
Sorry.
So how did you know, Celeste?
Sorry, bud.
How did you know more than one
Dom
person
fight
had been killed?
Byakuya and his
And how
pet,
did you know they were
Makoto,
both
win.
guys? Because Kyoko had also
That's a good
disappeared,
photo,
right? So she
Yeah,
could have
he's
been
like
dead
alert,
too.
and his little hair thing is like, yeah.
Yeah, it's ready.
Yeah, fun fact. There's some things that will be repeating details or trends between games, and the hair spike of protagonist status is one of them.
That's
true.
very good.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know
Oh,
that?
hell yeah.
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Oh yeah, I gotta solve this little nugget here.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? so let's put the suit on. And
Yeah, it kind of
then
sucks that they literally
let's
make
use the
you go
camera's
through
timer
every
to
single bit of the investigation.
set up the
too.
picture.
Just
Have
be
you
like,
so quickly forgotten? You
Yeah,
are the
Celeste
only
is-
one who could have possibly fit into that
like
suit.
we know at
We
this
know
point.
it.
Yes, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a
No.
picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
It's a picture of Fumi and Robo Justice.
Everything I told you was a lie. How can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi
Have
away?
you ever heard of
What could
theater
you possibly
kids,
mean by
Celeste?
that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other
Bitch,
explanation.
Other explanations?
Yeah, probably.
If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Fumi away, the only other possibility is
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
carrying Hagakure to the locker they stuffed him in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Yeah,
The one
okay.
being dragged off in that picture
He's
isn't
sweating.
Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around.
Okay. He's sweating. He's inserting
And the
himself.
strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation,
But nobody ever
of
saw.
course you'd notice and be
Except-
suspicious.
Okay, got it.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Dom fight.
Dom fight!
Then
Dom
sit your
fight!
mouth and allow me to educate
Okay.
you.
Yeah, sure.
Oh
Celeste
my
thinks she
God,
can prove
you
there's
do.
no way Fumi was dragging the suspect away. Is that really possible? Okay, minigame I'm gonna have to... Or no, it's not a minigame, it's this.
It's just
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed
If we
out.
reach the end game?
Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
his indignation
Like I
is
said,
really
ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a
As
sweetie.
you can see
so
in the
funny.
picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Yeah, it's probably that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all.
No way!
God.
Woo! Yeah, it's definitely standing up
I
right.
would like to point out that Genocide Jill does not appear to be especially bright
No,
either.
she
Oh no, she's super dumb.
Which is wild, because she's supposed to get with all these murders, and she's just like, eh.
She's passionate about her work.
Like I said,
Well, I think her thing is that she's just not paying attention.
As you
Because
can
like she
see
said
in
that
the
multiple
picture,
times
the
during class
suspect
trials.
is
Like, I'm
standing
not really paying
perfectly
attention,
upright.
but X, Y, Z. So I
She's
think.
just here for the fun of it.
Oh yeah, I think with her like murders, that's her work.
No
She's
way
passionate
they
about her
could
work.
stand up
Everything
straight.
else is just like fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like zoning out on my
She knows
phone.
what she wants.
Through this one.
Yeah, Genocide Jack during all these trials is just like, oh, what? Oh, what? I was on my phone.
What? This trial of life and death? Cool.
Sorry, I was busy taking a selfie and applying Instagram filters.
Selfie, even though we have no internet.
Robo Justice suit
Yeah.
had a
Look,
certain
eventually you will have internet, and then you'll want to have selfies ready.
Yep.
Gotta have content ready
Yeah.
to share this emotional journey with everyone.
Gotta have content ready for when her Tumblr queue runs out, okay?
I never used
Can't bend at the waist.
Oh, queuing is great.
Never did.
That's
Does it
right.
surprise you at all that I used to queue
They
my posts
totally
on
made a
Tumblr?
mistake when
No,
they made it.
it
So it
surprises
couldn't
me
bend at the waist.
maybe the least of anything.
I'm not
I've
so
ever
sure that
It's
was a
very
mistake.
organized. I had a...
I think the suit was designed
Robust
from the
and perfect
beginning to be
tagging
used
system.
the way it was.
Yeah, that's a good sprite, bitch!
done.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's good.
Celeste and Hifumi took
that's how you know she's guilty.
Yeah, she's gotta do Sprite. Do Sprite means guilty.
That's how they were able to fake that whole
Yeah, not as satisfying as Phoenix Wright
Oh, when they
sprite changes.
totally freak out.
When you've got them and they change modes, it's always
Yeah.
the best.
Oh, yeah.
The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to
After the
blame.
first one, I also really want to because I know from what
Well,
little
then,
I know
I
about
suppose
my
this is
boy.
checkmate.
I'm in love with him.
Checkmate?
This is perfect.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I'm-
one of the best characters
I'm
of all time.
500,000% in love with him.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love that.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot. What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh, this is an even better sprite than before. Made all the better by the fact that her drills are a hairpiece. And that's not her actual hair.
Her drills, they going. They drilling.
They're drilling.
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Oh, fuck yes, this line reads are really good. Oh my god.
Who attacked you?
Kill me.
Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
That's also a good line.
Said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
Now, can you see the problem with this?
Her fucking accent is all over the place and I love it.
Oh, yeah.
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. She wasn't even there, right?
No.
She was in the room.
If he was attacked by Robo Justice, how
Yeah.
does he know Yasuhiro's
Yeah,
in the
god
costume?
damn it, that's so good.
Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Fuck.
Right. But my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually...
Wow, love that for you.
Confusing, Steve.
His name is just
Only
Steve.
making things
just
more
Taro.
complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro. Was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
I
What
get
are you
it.
talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Yes, queen.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
I got it! That's right! Our last names!
Yeah.
He called us all by our last
Yeah.
names!
Shit.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
Yeah, he was kind of weird about that.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on.
Ah.
One person it could apply to.
God damn it.
And
forgot
that's
this fucking-
Celeste. She never actually told us what her
my
real name is.
God.
What did you just say? To
Oh,
think
fuck.
you take your false accusation so far,
Don't
I
net
don't
dead
know
name people,
whether to laugh.
Naegi.
Yeah, don't dead name Celeste.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you? Well,
Fuck yes.
do I?
Do I? That's so good. Oh my god.
With this expression, kinda yeah.
Yeah, actually.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
Fuck.
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste, I love you.
Celeste still won't give up, so then, I have to do something to make her accept it.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is
Yeah.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
That just said, I love it when Master yells at people. Me too.
Yes.
And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
That's how truth works. If you can't contradict someone, that's the only truth.
Oh, okay.
If
Oh,
Fumi was
yeah,
trying
look,
to
yeah.
tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer if there's one person. It would have to be you, Celeste. How many times was I? Liz? Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I just want to have that on screen.
Yeah. I love it when Master yells at people.
I'm not pretending. It's the
It's
truth.
just good shit.
And since you have no way to contradict me,
Nice. See your e-handbook, bitch.
That's it. The handbook.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
Should have had your name legally changed.
Bitch.
Probably had the money for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Explain your name.
It does seem like a
All we have to do
strange
is check our
mistake.
handbook, and
Yeah,
that'll clear
right.
up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy.
She is right.
Refuse to cooperate.
But don't dead name Celeste.
No laws
Can you
anymore.
please just tell us
Yeah,
what
you're
really
really awesome.
happened? Please, just tell us.
No.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Because of the wonderful things she does.
Let me
Da
say,
da 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 da.
let me go over the case again, from the beginning.
Do we
and
need
shed
to
light on
do
all
this?
your crimes.
This had better
That'll
be the
bring
comic.
everything to
I
an
swear
end.
to